Let's face it, living by the water has always been irresistible. For centuries people have flocked to the coast, drawn by the promise of opportunity, beauty, and a better life. The sound of waves, the salty air, and the endless horizon have shaped our dreams and our cities. The coast is where cities thrive. Trade happens, and millions of us call home. Ports bustle with activity, beaches fill with laughter, and skyscrapers rise just steps from the water's edge. In fact, nearly 90% of the world's largest cities are coastal. These urban giants are economic engines, cultural hubs, and magnets for new arrivals seeking a fresh start. But now, we're running out of space. And time. As populations surge, every inch of shoreline is being claimed, developed, and transformed. Cities are bursting at the seams, and the ocean is creeping in. Streets that once bustled with life now flood with every high tide, and neighborhoods face the constant threat of water. Global warming is melting polar ice, raising sea levels, and threatening everything built at the water's edge. The science is clear. The seas are rising faster than ever before, and the risks are multiplying. Floods, storm surges, and land loss are becoming the new normal for coastal communities. What was once considered a rare disaster is now a regular part of life for millions. This isn't just about a few flooded basements, it's about entire economic and cultural centers at risk. The heart of our cities, our history, and our livelihoods are all on the line. Think Miami, New Orleans, Venice, places already fighting to stay above water. These iconic cities are on the front lines, battling tides that threaten to erase them from the map. The cost of defending these cities is skyrocketing. Billions are spent on barriers, pumps, and emergency repairs. But the water keeps coming. Building higher walls or moving millions inland isn't a real solution. These are temporary fixes for a problem that's only getting worse. We're in a race against the tide, and the old ways aren't enough. The challenge is bigger than any one city or country can handle alone. People are looking at their homes and wondering how long they'll last. Families face tough choices, stay and fight, or leave everything behind. The threat is real, immediate, and growing. Every year the stakes get higher, and the window for action gets smaller. We need bold, creative solutions, fast. From floating neighborhoods to reimagined infrastructure, the future of our cities depends on our willingness to innovate. The question is, can we outsmart the rising sea, or will we be forced to retreat from the shores we've always called home? When the ocean rises, why not rise with it? Floating homes aren't new. Think Amsterdam's houseboats or Southeast Asia's water villages. Now, we're scaling up. Entire floating cities, not just a few boats. Imagine neighborhoods with schools, shops, and parks, all on the water. Floating cities directly tackle overcrowding and sea level rise. They expand urban space without paving over nature, and they float above the threat. As the tide rises, so do these cities. Architects and engineers are turning this vision into reality, designing platforms that are safe, sustainable, and livable. It's not science fiction, it's urgent innovation. For millions on threatened coasts, floating cities could be a lifeline. Adapting to the ocean is in our DNA. Now we're taking it to the next level. Nowhere is this more urgent than the Maldives, a nation where the threat of climate change is not a distant worry, but a daily reality. This island nation sits just feet above sea level, making it ground zero for rising seas. With more than 1,000 coral islands spread across the Indian Ocean, the Maldives is uniquely vulnerable to even the smallest changes in sea level. Scientists warn that most of the Maldives could be uninhabitable by mid-century, threatening the homes and livelihoods of over 500,000 people. Their answer: build the world's first large-scale floating city, a bold experiment in survival and adaptation. Partnering with Dutch architects and engineers, Maldivians are constructing a city in a protected lagoon near Male, the capital. The design uses interlocking hexagonal platforms inspired by local coral reefs, creating a resilient structure that can house 20,000 people and withstand the ocean's movements. Every home faces the sea, blending local culture with futuristic engineering. The city will feature schools, shops, and public spaces, all floating together as a single community. Construction is underway, with the first residents expected to move in as soon as 2025, marking a new chapter in urban living. This isn't a luxury resort, it's a lifeline for Maldivian families, offering hope and security in the face of rising tides. The city is built to rise with the waves, not fight them, adapting to the ocean's rhythms rather than resisting them. It's a radical reimagining of urban life on the ocean, where innovation and tradition meet to create a sustainable future. The Maldives is proving that with creativity and determination, a nation can secure its future, even as the seas rise. As former President Mohammed Nasheed said, "We cannot stop the waves, but we can rise with them." And in the Maldives, that's exactly what they're doing, turning a crisis into an opportunity to build a city that floats, adapts, and endures. So, what's daily life like in the Maldives floating city? Forget cars. Residents travel by boat or bike along sandy paths and canals. Homes are colorful, comfortable, and designed for real families, not just the wealthy. Prices start at $250,000, aiming for affordability and community. The city sits in a protected lagoon, shielded by natural and man-made islands that break the waves. All services, schools, shops, hospitals, float alongside homes. No land reclamation means coral reefs stay safe below. It's a blend of modern living and deep respect for the ocean. The Maldives is showing the world how to build resilient, harmonious communities on water. In Busan, South Korea, another floating city is taking shape. Oceanics Busan. Unlike the Maldives, this is a prototype, a model for cities worldwide. Backed by the UN and top architects, Oceanics aims to house 10,000 people on interconnected platforms. It's a testbed for sustainable, scalable ocean living. The city will produce its own food, energy, and water, minimizing its environmental footprint. Floating farms, solar panels, and water recycling are all part of the plan. If it works in Busan, it can work anywhere. Oceanics is more than a city. It's a blueprint for adapting to climate change. The goal: create resilient, self-sustaining communities for a changing world. The lessons learned here could help millions. The future of coastal living is being built right now. So, how do you actually float a city? The secret is simple physics. Build massive hollow platforms that displace enough water to stay afloat. These platforms, made from ultra-strong concrete, lock together like puzzle pieces. They're anchored to the seabed with flexible mooring lines, stable, but able to rise and fall with the tides. Buildings are lightweight and use sustainable materials to keep the platforms balanced. Every detail, from parks to solar panels, is engineered for stability and efficiency. Naval architects and engineers work together to create a city that's both safe and adaptable. The result: a floating city that can weather storms and rising seas for decades. It's complex, but the principle is as old as Archimedes. Floating cities are a modern twist on ancient wisdom. You don't need a brand new city to use floating ideas. In Clearwater, Florida, the city is rebuilding its marina with floating docks that rise and fall with the tides. Fixed structures like seawalls and gangways are being raised to stay ahead of sea level rise. The result: a marina that stays accessible and safe no matter the water level. It's a smart mix of old and new, future-proofing vital infrastructure. Clearwater's project shows adaptation in action. You can modernize and protect your waterfront without abandoning it. Sometimes resilience is about upgrading what you already have. Floating cities are designed to be green from the start. Solar panels, wave energy, and wind power make them energy self-sufficient. Vertical farms and floating gardens provide fresh food right at home. Rainwater collection and desalination ensure clean water for everyone. Waste is managed and recycled on-site, reducing pollution. Floating platforms can even become artificial reefs, supporting marine life. These cities aim to live in harmony with the ocean, not just survive on it. Sustainability isn't an afterthought, it's the foundation. As the first residents move into the Maldives floating city, the idea of floating cities is no longer just a distant fantasy. What once seemed like science fiction is now becoming a reality, right before our eyes. The ocean is our new frontier, covering 70% of the planet. It's a vast, untapped space ready for innovation and human ingenuity. For centuries, we've looked to the land for expansion, but now, the sea offers new possibilities. With climate change accelerating and sea levels rising, coastal cities face threats that go beyond what seawalls alone can handle. We need more than barriers. We need entirely new places to call home. The Maldives and Busan are leading the way, showing the world what's possible when vision meets determination. Their floating city projects are bold experiments in how we might live with water, not just fight against it. Floating cities won't solve every problem overnight, but they represent a bold step forward in reimagining urban life. Each new platform, each innovative building, brings us closer to a future where cities can adapt and endure. The challenge ahead is clear: make these floating cities affordable, safe, and accessible for everyone, not just a privileged few. Engineers and designers are working to ensure these communities are inclusive and resilient. Imagine floating neighborhoods in New York, Tokyo, or Lagos, resilient, sustainable, and full of opportunity. These cities could become models for how humanity adapts to a changing world. This is about adaptation, creativity, and the human drive to survive and thrive. It's about rethinking what a city can be, and how we can build better futures together. We're not retreating from the ocean. We're learning to live with it, to embrace its challenges and its beauty, and to find new ways to coexist with nature. The tide is rising, and so are we. As the sun rises over these new cities, hope rises with it. The future of coastal living is afloat, blending innovation, sustainability, and the spirit of adventure as we chart a new course on the water.